let's move on to our final topic. Before we get to that, please hit the like button, that subscribe button, and smash that notification bell if y'all haven't already, so that way you know when we go live on a brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. Without further ado, let's get into our final topic, which is Miss Fiercalicious is throwing a little shade at Kennedy Davenport. So Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the World star Miss Fiercalicious has theorized that the runways from the spinoff's most recent episode may have been cut to justify the win going to the one and only Miss Kennedy Davenport. Now, hold on a second. Okay, so now I want to pull up the picture. This is what she said. This is the look or whatever that she wore. 4 episodes into the second season of the Canadian spinoff of a spinoff, and the drama in Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the World, has reached a fever pitch thanks to season 3 finalist Miss Fiercalicious. The sabotage suffering icon placed in the bottom 2 after this episode's roast battles, which saw the 6 remaining queens paired up and tasked with dragging the hell out of each other for our amusement. The win for the challenge went to flagship franchise stalwart Season 7 and All-Stars 3 Kennedy Davenport, but the runway portion of the episode was noticeably absent. Enter Miss Fiercalicious to theorize that the two facts are connected and that the runway was left on the cutting room floor to justify giving Kennedy her second win, as the latter was wearing one of the more simple looks that week. Shout out to her voice. I kind of feel like they took out the runways and the judges critiquing us on our runways to justify Kennedy's win. You know, I cannot stand that fucking vocal fry accent that they do over in Canada. Shit irritates me. Denim was doing it. It drove me crazy. And then I'm looking at Miss Fiercalicious. I'm like, girl, nobody's that damn gay. Like, stop. Shout out to my homosexuals. But damn, like, I really feel like y'all be overdoing it over in Canada. But let's continue. He said, don't get me wrong, Kennedy killed the challenge and had us all in stitches, but Cheryl lost to the improved challenge in episode 2 because of her, excuse me, because of her runway, yet Kennedy wins in a bodysuit. The Toronto-born icon was quick to add that Kennedy had the best set, but that if the razzle-dazzle themed runways were taken into account, her Canadian sister Lemon would have taken the win. The queens all performed their roast sets in their runway looks, but the episode did not feature a traditional runway segment, as most Drag Race episodes do, something that Fiercalicious slammed after the episode aired. She said, usually I get mad at the cast after the episodes, but tonight I'm mostly furious at production. How dare you not air our runways tonight? Some of us spent a lot of money on our runways and they deserve to be showcased. I'm like, actually not over this. This was the first time where I agree everyone did really well in the challenge, and the bullshit moment was us not getting to showcase our, I think she meant runways, and she put subways. Oh yeah, and then this is the one where she was showing like the look. She was like, category is razzle dazzle. My concept for the runway was a magician that had been sawed in half. The inside of the black cape creates optical illusion with the saw blades going through my body with red crystals dripping from the blades symbolizing blood. Now, Fiercalicious sent, as you know, she sent Eureka home. Child, when I got on the phone with a friend of mine, he was happy because he don't like Eureka over personal experience, but he was like cackling over there. I was like, ooh, you shady. But yeah, Eureka got sent home. And, you know, now we have a top 5, which is UK Cheryl, Canada's Lemon, and RuPaul's Drag Race Alexis Mateo, as well as Kennedy Davenport and Fiercalicious, of course. Now, elsewhere in Drag Race news, the All-Stars 10 rumored cast is available to peruse, and Global All-Stars kicks off on August 16th. Because, yeah, when we talked about on the show who the rumored cast is before, and we don't need to recap that. But here's the thing. This is why I'm, no shame, and I'm with Fiercalicious on this. Like me, how dare y'all sit up in here and cut the runways? It's like we don't get to see stuff. So what has got to be resorted to Instagram? Because remember, like that's what would happen if you were eliminated. Like a lot of the queens, they would be like, well, had I stayed on the show, this is the outfit that I would have worn, and they posted on Instagram for y'all to see their look based off the challenge of that week. And it's effed up that the production would cut it. Because I thought, I'm like, did I fall asleep or something? Because I do believe I did know that at one point. One of the habits I have that my friend keeps telling me about when we talk about Drag Race and stuff, he's like, you need to stop watching Drag Race so damn late because you always fall asleep on the damn show whenever you put it on. And I watched it, I think I watched it on Sunday. Because it was like I wasn't able to see it on Friday because I told her I went out on Friday. I went to I was in Brooklyn partying. So I didn't get to watch Drag Race Canada. I was going to do it if I can when I came home from work, but after that, I got an invite to go hang out a $3 bill. I was like, let me go out hang out on there. And then Saturday I worked again. So by the time I got home, I was exhausted because I barely got any sleep the night before. So Sunday I was able to like catch up on sleep and everything, and then I spent that time catching up on stuff. And one of the shows was Canada's versus the World. So I did catch up on it. It was a good episode. First of all, I think Fiercalicious was mad because she was trying to, she was rushing through her jokes. She really thought she had it in the bag. Cheryl was eating her up in them reads. And it didn't work out. I mean, no, it wasn't Cheryl, it was Lemon. Lemon was eating her up in the reads. She thought it was going to be, I guess, easy, whatever. And she did say that her choice of picking Lemon was strategic, which it definitely worked. But I felt like Lemon should have won that challenge. I don't even remember Kennedy's back and forth. I may have to rewatch the episode again, but I don't remember Kennedy's read with Alexis Mateo. I probably did doze off during that segment because I don't remember. All of a sudden, I remember waking up and they was on the runway. So I probably did fall asleep. So I'm gonna have to rewatch the episode again. But I do feel like Lemon was a cackle. And I'm definitely not surprised that Eureka was in the bottom because she was mad that Cheryl was like, "You took my bit, bitch." So Eureka going home during that challenge, that wasn't a surprise. But I do feel like, you know what, production, y'all need to have respect for a lot of these queens that come on this show. Because like I've said many a times, some of these girls come on this show. I don't know any other reality show where people have to pay money to come on so that way they can give y'all these fashions so that way they don't get read for filth from people at home who don't know dick about drag because they think this is what drag is. So they got to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars or maybe just thousands of dollars in the doubles, not the triples, unless you're Plastic Tiara where you spend a shit ton of money. But for the most part, this is the only show that I know that people spend so much money having to present glam every episode. And if I'm on the show and I'm looking Naomi Campbell fierce, I should be allowed to show that. Like, why would y'all cut that out? But this is probably why I've had issues, grievances with Canada's Drag Race and how messy they are. First of all, them judges are all a job. No kind of personality with either one of them. So I don't particularly care for the show. And then the contestants don't really give me what needs to be given. I mean, there's a couple of them that have come out that have stood out. Like I said, Malinda Verga. I hope we see her in the future. Then we have Miss Fiercalicious. Say what you want about her, but she is definitely good TV. Lemon is good TV. There's a bunch of who else? Priyanka's good TV. Like, there's so many girls that have come from the show. Not all of them, but there's a couple of the girls from Canada that be given what needs to be given in regards of the talent and the TV worth watching. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story? Are y'all irritated? Like, Fiercalicious, does she have a valid point? And like, okay, we spent all this money, we worked so hard on this show, only for our stuff to be cut because I want to show us in the outfits that we wore to for the critiques and the lip sync and all that stuff. So was it shot out of sync or whatever the case was? I guess they just, I don't know why they cut it, but yeah, that was a dumb decision. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below.